The smile on the face of a Kouros. This boy, of course, was dead, whatever that might mean, and nobly dead. I think we should feel he was nobly dead. He fell in battle, perhaps, and this carved stone remembers him not as he may have looked, but as if to define the naked virtue the stone describes as his. One foot is forward, the eyes look out, the arms drop downward past the narrow waist to hands hanging in burdenless fullness by the heavy flanks. The boy was dead, and the stone smiles in his death, lightening the lips with the pleasure of something achieved, an end. To come to an end, to come to death as an end, and coming bring there intact the full weight of his strength and virtue, the prize with which his empty hands are full. None of it lost, safe home, and smile at the end achieved. Now death, of which nothing as yet or ever is known, leaves us alone to think as we want of it, and accepts our choice, shaping the life to the death. Do we want an end? It gives us, and takes what we give, and keeps it, and has this way in life itself, a kind of treasure house of comely form, achieved and left with death to stay and be forever beautiful and whole, as if to want too much the perfect, unbroken form were the same as wanting death, as choosing death for an end. There are other ways. We know the way to make the other choice for death. Unformed or broken, less than whole, puzzled, we live in a formless world, endless, we hope for no end. I tell you, death, expect no smile of pride from me. I bring you nothing in my empty hands. Colloquy on Abed. Listen. The celestial motions, though they make an order of sorts, and this is an order in part accessible to the mind, it is not to be thought that this is a rational order, not to our mind. How should the scale alone make any sense? There is evidence to be seen in addition to this that, like it or not, this place, this universe, in any rational sense, is hopelessly insane. Hopelessly, the saving word. How should it otherwise be meaningful? No, I do not love you, though the small hairs around your eyes can make me tremble, stop me talking, thinking even. You can go. But you remind me passion does exist, as hopeless and meaningful as the universe is. On Credo Ut Intelligam. Anselm believed in order to understand. He knew the method. Science, common sense, for him theology. Beliefs invent exclusions, take things piece by piece. Regret they don't add back again. Someday they will. But I have spent too long, relied too much on understanding, not to be ashamed to call a helper in because it fails, or shut my mind to what the mind receives, or scheme a false frame by force to make an odd piece fit. No. We need to fail to understand unless it means no more than contemplate, examine. Even then we do not know what in the examination, who asks whom, or fails to answer. The contemplation absorbs, but we don't know. I plead the permanence of ignorance, that we acknowledge it. It goes where we go, gets there first, and waits to be the find we make wherever we think to have gone. The day's adventure, the same surprise. I sit here aware of what praise for saying, but not of what to say it of, not of whom to say it to. An awareness, feeling, aware of something felt. I disclaim the invented world, of which we say there might be ultimate things unknown about it, not wholly understood. But we have the fundamentals anyway, and the stuff before us, and someone knows, or someone will shortly know. That world which asks our belief and offers us understanding back has cost too much in what it shuts away of all our awareness, the reaches of ignorance. It doesn't speak of them, it speaks of itself. Belief, which visas us our entry there, comforts our incoherence, offers to teach some simple terms, the easy speech of the land, as time for one in sequences, or space as extensible, or any person discrete from any other, living a finite life with birth and death and something to build between. We hear this language spoken and understand, but it remains a special speech of the place, resisting translation, unable to say what we mean. Reality is what we are ignorant of. Let me not have a life to look at the way we look at a life we build to look at. In the world, belief gives us to understand. A snowman life. Hurry to pack it solid, buttons on and a proper hat, finished before dark, before the rain to wash it away. We dress our lives as we might dress a doll of a self, getting and giving, a self, the child we get. How should I turn my head away to look at anything other than that I am ignorant of, it being all? Or make belief invent a world or a life besides, it being there? On Divers Geometries, Euclid, Riemann, other geometers, invented ideas of space. Regarding them, elation astonishes us. Discreteness, shape, the measure of distances, as though the world had order in it which were discoverable. But hardly so. Their order is not the world's. They are separately premised spaces, not congruent, as though besides their spaces there was space, not spoken of, unspeakable. Geometers, all measures measure themselves. None measures the world. Premise and axiom are terms of the limited case, to limit it. There is no limited truth. There is no truth. Uncle Will. Toward the end, when his sullen stomach begrudged all provender, almost whatever, he kept on planting gardens still, for years. He said, "I like to see it grow. You eat this stuff, I can, but I like to see it grow." He'd tell me to put the phosphate to it, and gave an extra syllable to that for forest. Said phosphate, making it sound as though an ejaculation. "That black-green," he said, "that's what I like to see it grow." Gardens or government or money in the bank or just the years. And even more than love, lasting longer. Isn't this the choicest fraud we know? Whatever we mean by growing, whatever it makes a symbol of for us, it isn't the growth. Just now, with nothing growing that matters at all, I feel the most irrational happiness. He kept a cat, would eat cooked corn and raw tomatoes. In May, he fixed the first asparagus for it, which only shows we find someone or something to seem to do what we can't. The last I knew, the cat was still alive.